I didn't really know what to do with Chloe given that I had never had a girl my age at my house before, unless you count my failed seduction of Hannah Chiang from my world history class in 8th grade. I wondered what girls like to do. I know they love going to the bathroom in big pairs and from what TV has taught me having pillow fights with other girls, but neither of those options were ideal for me and Chloe. I eventually just decided to treat her as a boy and I asked her if she wanted to play Twisted Wizard. And to my surprise, she said yes. I didn't know girls are into that kind of stuff. Maybe I should make a note of this when I look for someone to marry. Yes, because gamer girls are ooh woo! Me and Chloe stayed up late together playing Twisted Wizard, while I told her all about my life and she told me about her family. I went to bed late, but I couldn't stop thinking about her. Maybe I had never seen a girl who played Twisted Wizard before and I was shocked by it. Yes, that's what it is, probably. I've also been feeling a bit worried about Roderick. He used to send letters twice a week and now we haven't gotten any in a month. Apparently the US Army is about to reach the Uzbek capital and Roderick's busy with fighting. Still, I really hope he's okay and gets back fine. I miss him, which is something I never thought I'd say. April 30th, 2019. It's been an eventful day. I had been hanging out with Chloe, Rowley, and Chirag all day playing this weird new game called Among Us, although I don't think Rowley understood the point of the game. JoshyFan57 was not the imposter. Rowley, I hate you, you're f***ing stupid. It was getting late, but then we heard crashes and screaming from outside the window. At first I figured Bryce was hosting his yearly block party again, but then we noticed an orange glow from outside the window. We looked out onto the street and the only thing we saw was chaos. People, most of them kids, but some adults too, were running around the streets. A few houses were burning, cars were being stolen and driven into crowds, people were attacking each other, some were participating, some were watching, and some were laughing and partying like the world was ending. I told Chirag, Chloe, and Rowley to get down to the basement to keep themselves safe. I went outside for a bit just to get a better idea of what was going on. I could have been killed, but I just had to make sense of this, you know? That's when I saw someone familiar. Mingos. I guess the rumors about refugees joining them were true. It looked like a lot of the rioters had just escaped from the SCF too. I guess Mom was right about the rebellion. One of the Mingos, who looked like he was one of their military leaders, sounded a trumpet. All the Mingos and refugees began charging towards the houses on the other side of the street. I saw a few heading towards our house, but I thought quickly and told them that I had already looted it and there was nothing there. It's impossible to describe what was going on in words, so here's a drawing. Welcome to our annual End of the World concert. Now, just assume the worst. Everybody in this picture is gonna die somehow. By the time it was over, the refugees and Mingos had run back into the woods. Dozens of houses were burning, including Rowley's. Thankfully, Rowley's parents made it out alright, but they had nowhere to live now. By the time Mom got home, only about half of the neighborhood was still standing. She said it was fine if Rowley and his parents came to live with us, and all I have to say is, thank God Fregley's house was fine. I thought the night was over in terms of events when the police and National Guard came by to clean up the neighborhood and record the damage. But then there came a knock at the door. There was a guy in a military uniform standing there, and what he said made my heart skip a beat. I have bad news about Private Roderick Heffley. Roderick developed a stomach infection while in Uzbekistan, so unfortunately, he will be unable to fight. He was therefore been dismissed from the army. And sure enough, there he was. I never thought I'd be happy to see Roderick again, but Mom and I were overjoyed. Weirdly enough, Manny seemed kind of disappointed. Anyways, as soon as the military man left, Roderick told us that he had somehow faked a stomach infection and pretended to have a mental breakdown. I wanted to ask him more, but first he had something he wanted to ask me. Who's your girlfriend? After that incident, Roderick ate some dinner with us and said he wanted to talk to me alone. It reminded me of the night before he left, all those months ago. I told him a bit about how Rowley's house was destroyed and that Rowley was living with us, but then he started talking. Apparently he didn't want Mom to hear this, but his mental breakdown had been real, and Bill, his band singer, was killed by an IED in Uzbekistan that had been there since the Cold War. Roderick said that he had to get out of there as quick as he could, and now that he has a new perspective on life. I'm going to continue with Loaded Diaper, but I'm going to use my fame to help people. You know how you said you always wanted to be rich and famous? That's what you should do if that happens. It's the first time I'd ever heard Roderick being completely serious. But after that, he made fun of me for my girlfriend and went upstairs. As I'm writing this, I've realized something else. My mom got me this journal to write my feelings in it. I said I wouldn't because I thought that was kind of dumb, but now I'm realizing that I do write my feelings in it, and that I have for a while. And to be honest, it's kind of nice. October 23rd, 2019. It's been months since I wrote in this thing, and to be honest, life hasn't been too bad. We've sort of settled into the new normal of the atomic age, and every day there is better and better news. All bombed cities have been mostly cleared of dangerous amounts of radiation. Reconstruction will start by December, and the cities will begin repopulation in 2021. Rowley and I started 10th grade, and we enrolled Chloe under a fake name. School was actually pretty fun, and Chloe and I started an esports club, although only Rowley joined. I thought Chirag would join as well, but then I realized I hadn't seen him since school started. Little did I know what I would be in for later that day. It all started when I went outside with Rowley and Chloe for lunch. I saw an army bus pass by headed for the SCF, and inside I swear I could see Chirag. I think Rowley saw him too because we both started running to the main office with Chloe. We told the woman at the desk that one of their students was on an army truck. Apparently, she already knew about it. According to her, Chirag and several other students were on a list of families with suspected connections to terrorism. Okay, so this is the part of the video where I'm gonna stop and talk to you for a moment. Yeah, so just the disclaimer. If you're coming to this video expecting political commentary or to get your politics, number 1, go fuck yourselves. And number 2, you're coming to a Diary of a Wimpy Kid fanfic for politics. Is your life really that sucky? In all seriousness, this video doesn't condone any of those it doesn't condone any of that. For fuck's sakes, I'm not even from America. I'm literally from Jamaica. So what would I even know about this? I'm just reading a story. So please take it as a story and don't take it as political commentary or things to do with politics or associate me with that type of audience. The fact that I even have to give this disclaimer and the fact that I even have to say this is truly sad. But this is 2021 and this is the new world we're living in. Well, when I looked at the list of students who hadn't been in school, it didn't take long to figure out what they meant by suspected connections to terrorism. It was obvious that the army was just rounding up kids who seemed vaguely Middle Eastern or Indian. Maybe this is that racial profiling that my English teacher is always talking about. Well, we couldn't stay at school after that, so the 3 of us ran home. Mom was there and we told her what happened. She said that she had just found out too, that the SCF was being used as a detention center for opponents of the United States of America. She gathered us all in the kitchen and told us she had a plan. She said that she had heard about Chirag and was planning a way to break out the refugees and the political prisoners from the SCF. The plan was for me to pose as a refugee and enter the SCF with Mom. From there, I'd use the secret code Mom gave me to unlock the doors to the holding cells that the prisoners and refugees were held in. Then, we'd all escape, well, try to hold the army back. I never thought I'd be going to this trouble to save Shirag of all people. But, I guess something more than myself. Roderick, Rowley, Chloe, Mr. and Mrs. Jefferson and I agreed to do it. The plan is set for tomorrow. If something goes wrong, I guess you'll never know from this. Monday. It's been a few days since the raid and oh boy do I have a lot to talk about. First things first, I joined the incoming arrivals at the SCF and pretended to be a refugee. I was pretty nervous when I walked by the guards, but they didn't seem to notice me. Once I was inside, they led us all to a cell and locked us in. I didn't know how long they had kept some of these people in here, but it looked like it had been weeks for some of them. I figured there would be individual cells, but they didn't even allow them that level of privacy. There's one thing I did know, however, the code for the lock. When nobody was looking, I punched it into the keypad and opened the door. All hell kind of broke loose after that. One of the refugees saw that the door was left open and started running, followed by a stampede. They fought the guards and quickly overpowered them, running out of the building. I was caught up looking for Shirag, so I got left behind. Before I knew it, there were guards swarming through the building, and I was in the residential section for the soldiers. I tried sneaking around, but then I heard something behind me. It looked like a guard, and he had noticed me. Before I could say anything, he shot his gun, and I felt a burn on my shoulder. I looked down and saw that my diary was covered in blood. I thought for sure I was a goner as he pointed his gun at my head again. Right, that was the Atomic Age. Yeah, kinda ended on somewhat of a depressing note, but the book is starting to come to an end, so part 4 might be the last part, the finale of the Atomic Age. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this do-rag, it is currently 1:52 a.m. in the morning, which means I stayed up to record audio and I sent all of that to my editor and I'm about to send this to him right now. Alright, thank you all for watching. This is the first time I'm ever going to say this. I haven't said this since a year now, but make sure you like and subscribe. Ugh, well, okay, that felt weird to say. It's been a while since I've said that because I never thought I'd have to, but for this I am saying that. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Purgatory Enigma. Follow me on Instagram at Tales of Enigma. Join my Discord, the Hadal Zone, and remember to subscribe to those in the comment section. Alright, yeah, I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.